before Parliament really necessary to prevent terrorism, or are they a political wedge aimed at drumming up fear and xenophobia towards Islam and Muslims to score cheap political points?
Okay, I'll start with our politicians, and I don't know whether we've got the microphone there in time to hear that you are in fact a Muslim lawyer practising criminal law in Western Sydney. Scott Ludlam.
I'm really concerned. There's some of the laws that we haven't seen. They're being announced by press conference, and so two really significant packages the Parliament hasn't seen yet. The one that we have seen, very serious expansion of ASIO powers that might be debated tomorrow or the next day. I have a fundamental problem with the idea that in order to protect our freedoms, we need to abolish them one by one. I think that's really scary. That's part of what makes this country great. So,
specifically, what aspects of the new laws do you object to?
I think what we're seeing at the moment is an attempt to criminalise public interest whistleblowing. It doesn't go directly to your question, but to prevent a repeat of, I guess, what happened in the United States, where an analyst disclosed extraordinarily unlawful behaviour at the heart of the US security establishment, and the Australian government doesn't want that to happen here, evidently. I guess I've been through a couple of turns of the wheel. I can remember when the sedition laws were passing in 2005, hearing exactly the same thing from communities that were feeling targeted, not necessarily by media messaging, but targeted by knocks on the door and quiet conversations with agents and police. So I can't imagine what it must be like, but it feels very familiar. We're back somewhere where we've been before.
I'm going to go to Mark Dreyfus, because the Labor Party has been considering these new laws and whether it will support them. Have you come to a conclusion?
Well, I'm not going to give you a general answer, Tony, because...
Maybe give us some specific ones.
I will, but one of the problems of the whole debate we've been having is the government's presented this as one huge wrapped-up bundle of laws and mixed with the international activity as well. I'd just unpick it briefly to say that there's a bill in the Senate introduced by the Attorney-General on the 16th of July, which is a long-standing proposal, first proposed by the Labor government in May 2012. It has nothing to do with Iraq or Syria or with the current terrorist activities that have been uncovered. It's an updating of an Act of Parliament, the ASIO Act, which was passed in 1979. And largely, there's bipartisan agreement on that package. It's been much consulted on. There was a report by the Intelligence Committee, which I tabled in June last year.